a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday morning it is, and right here on KTN Life and Style, we're talking everything relationships. Welcome to Relationships Wednesdays. My name is Ann Nixon. Now, today for our very first segment, Mapenzi Manenos, the question is, what are the key questions that we need to ask right before we go on that blind date? I'm excited for this one. Let me know what you think using the hashtag KTN Life and Style, hashtag Mapenzi Bananas. And later we have This Is Us segment where we get to feature a couple that's living the modern life. What am I talking about? They work together and what they do is they belong together. And a lot of other things, of course. And later on we have On Our Love Story. Of course, something that's going to make your dreams and hopes about being married and staying married also hopeful and so much alive. And our show is nothing without the mindfulness segment. I'm excited for this one. We bring our spirit all together and feel all zen. All right. And to top it up, we have the Nuggets of Wisdom segment to end the show. But first things first, Mapenzi Manenos up next. All right, it is time for Mapenzi Manenos, and as usual, we throw our question to the public, to our audience across our social media platforms, and you respond to the question. So today's question was, the key questions that you need to ask before going on a blind date. The responses are quite interesting. So I'm going to sample just a few. I'll be looking at my laptop from this angle, all right, because it's heavy. So we have on Instagram, julie.uskn. He said, I hope vitu kwa ground see different. You know what? I relate so much with this guy because, hey, now the thing is, we live in this generation where technology is key, and everybody has a profile picture, whether it's this dating apps or it's Instagram, social media in general. We all have our profile pictures. Lakini the people who put there the profile picture of Bill Gates, and then qua ground, things are not like that. It's not Bill Gates you're talking to. All right, so that's catfishing. I feel like also for me that would be my number one fear of that person not really being the person. Not that looks matter or anything, but I don't want that scare and that the shock of thinking you're meeting person A, then you meet person numbers. Get it? Anyway, we have S.Well. He says that she's actually blind. Wait, what? Oh, because you're going on a blind. Okay, you guys. So his response is he would ask whether she's actually blind. Really, no comment. Moving on. We have Mr. Kerry Martin. Shout out to him, by the way. He's been on the show before. He said he's been reading a thrilling novel in Braille. And something is about to happen. I can feel it. Sasa, first of all, shout out to you if you can read Braille. I mean, that's crazy, though I feel like he might be high-key joking. But anyway, okay, cool story. Something's about to happen. Kudos to you. I honestly do not fully understand it, but I was just thrilled that you can read in Braille. All right, so I have some responses that I got from some of my friends. Someone said that the question would be, are you a morning or a night person? The only reason my friends would ask this is because I'm a morning person, and by the time it gets to 2 p.m., like, don't talk to me. My energy levels are normally at 100, negative 40 degrees, all right? So I feel like that's a very, very important question. Are you a morning or a night person? Then we have Julie saying, she would ask, what do you do for a living? Now, not to seem like, and I'm going to support this statement, what do you do for a living? This is a very crucial question. And for me, it's that one of, I need to know, is this person ambitious? Ambition yako yafika wapi? My ambition and yours, are they complementing each other? Or, you have to really look into the lifestyle of your partner. Because sometimes if they really have nothing that they do for a living, they're probably just couch potatoes. I'm not looking for a couch potato, all right? So yes, asking the question what you do for a living, it's not underrated, it's not overrated, it is the perfect question to ask before going on a blind date. By the way, use the hashtag KTN Life and Style, hashtag Mapenzi Manenos. I'm very curious as to what you think are the vital questions to ask right before a blind date. We have Dennis. He says, tell me about your friends. Dun, dun, dun. This is very interesting. You know what they say? Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. Of course, in the age of social media, it's a bit easy for you to, know your prospective dates, friends, because they're highly likely to be posting them when they're on trips and whatever with their, with the friends, right? But these questions, it looks like you need to know this person in and out. Like, where is the line? At what point do you just say, okay, enough questions? Again, you don't want to make it sound like it's an interview. Okay, what do you do for a living? Who are your friends? Are you a morning or a night person? Which is the other one? I hope we took a ground. Okay, that means irrelevant. I hope we took a ground still different. Anyway, moving on. There is somebody who says, the question they ask is, do you like vacations? And if yes, where? This is also a very relevant question. There are people who like the sand beaches. There are people who like, adventure type of, like rough terrain, safari, rally kind of thing, outdoor hiking and things like that, where it's very important to know if you and your partner, or prospective partner, or prospective date in this case, can, even decide on where to vacation. So I feel like, to be honest, I don't have to have the same taste as the person, because then it would make me, I don't know, I would get to try things that are out of my comfort zone. I don't know, there's like two ways to look at that. And then the last one is, ask them how their day was. Even if it's through the phone, ask them how their day was. And I laughed at the explanation for this, because this person said that if they end up complaining, it's a guy, and he said if she ends up complaining about her day, that's a bad sign. So I'm like, but then now, if for real, she was having a bad day and you just happened to ask, like, kama utaki kuambiwa basi usiulize maswali. I mean, I could just be having a flat off, really sad, bad day, and you just happen to ask. So anyway, it's been very interesting to read some of your comments. Use the hashtag KTN Life and Style, hashtag Mapenzi Manenos, across all our social media platforms, and I'll be sure to respond to as many as my hands can get on. All right, the show continues. Stay tuned. All right, up next is This Is Us. I'm very excited for this one, like I said, because this is the ultimate modern couple. So, of course, they're dating, they live together, and above all, they vlog together. So, how do they start? Is it lucrative? I have so many questions. Is it sustainable? Do they get so much pressure from their fans when it comes to, content? Do they run out of ideas when they're together? This is going to be a very, very exciting conversation that they're gonna have, and I'll be keen to listen, all right? I hope you are too. Up next.
Mad at me or something?
I don't know. Did you do something to make me mad? Because then I am. But if you didn't, then I am not.
I didn't do anything.
Then I am not mad.
What's up, beautiful people? My name is Khaled Jambi. I am an accountant. I am a food enthusiast. I am a content creator. I am an entrepreneur.
What's up, guys? It's your boy DJ Thanos. Yeah, I'm a lawyer by profession. I am an entrepreneur. I am a mentor. I do mentorship with a very awesome organization. I'm also a recent dad, so yeah, whoop, whoop. And together we are
the Majestic Family.
This is a very interesting question, by the way. So many people ask how we met, and I can say from my end, I met her when I was in campus. I don't know if she was in campus.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, I was still not in campus.
Oh my.
It was immediately after I left school.
Oh, okay.
I cleared Form 4.
Wow. So we were having a gig in our school.
Yeah.
Law school, that is, and I was supposed to be the MC that day,
Yeah.
but long story short, I wasn't.
Yeah.
I think fate had it that I had to be positioned where I was,
Yeah.
so that I can meet
So
this
that you
beautiful
can-
soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On my end, we had just finished from 4 like the previous year, and some of my friends who already were in campus, one of them was running for
The gig.
the gig, Miss
To Mr. and
Parkland.
Miss Parkland.
Yeah, it was Mr. and Mrs. Parkland. Is it Miss or Mrs.
Miss.
Okay. It was Mr. and Miss Parklands, and one of my friends was running for it. So she invited me.
Thank you, friend.
Yeah, she invited me so that I can go to the function, so that we can, at least she can be cheered up. So on my way there, that's how we met.
Yeah. I was actually frustrated that day, but she
Very frustrated.
lit my day up, and I
I don't
was
know
so
how.
happy I met her.
Yeah.
Hey, we always get this question because I think we look good together.
Babe.
Anyway, second question. How long have you been dating?
So after meeting in 2014, we
Yes.
didn't start dating.
Yeah,
Right?
by then we didn't. It wasn't just that.
Yeah.
Boy meets girl, girl meets boy,
And then they started dating, and then at your happy ever after. No, from 2014 we stayed 1 year without even meeting,
Yeah.
but we were in communication. So I just say social media also fueled our relationship, because
Yeah.
we grew to be friends through that period of 1 year. We could talk phone calls up to 3 a.m. We could even chat till morning,
Yeah.
and we had more errands we were doing during the day, but we still could talk. Then we could video chat, so many things during that 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can say for that 1 year we actually knew each other so much,
So well.
It was so amazing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, doing a deep dive. I actually did a deep dive on this
Yeah.
beautiful woman,
Wow.
and I knew
I'm
her
forever-
likes,
forever
knew her
grateful.
hobbies, you know, without
Yeah.
even meeting her. So by the time we actually came to our second meeting, which
We
is
were
also
like
magical.
already friends.
Like,
We were
I
like
know so much about,
About
you.
you.
Let's just
Everything
just,
just-
everything just lined up
Yeah.
perfectly by the
yeah, perfectly, you can say.
So
It was so perfect
Yeah.
to almost not seem true. You know, I am a bit skeptical, but when the deal is too good, think twice. So the deal was too good. I was even telling myself or my sister, maybe he's a robot. Maybe it's not the same guy I met in 2014, but I'm grateful you are not a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so to answer the question, we've been dating for
For 5 years.
thank you, 5 years.
We have you didn't have an idea. We have
men and calendars. not
we
the
have
age.
been we have known each other for 6 years, but we've dated for 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can see another question. Any wedding plans?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, definitely in the works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be on the lookout, by the way. Maybe after or before. No, I think maybe the best thing after Corona, the cure for Corona, will be our wedding. Be on the lookout.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, we are planning on
Yeah,
that.
there are plans, by the way.
There are
Wedding
plans.
bells ringing soon.
Yeah.
So next question. When or how did you realize he or she was the one? So when did you realize that he or she? So the moment that I realized that she was the one, honestly speaking, is when
I was waiting.
there's a time. Okay, it was my birthday. Funny enough, we're also doing this video during my birthday month.
Yeah, it's his birthday man.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Tutaandika hapo namba ya M-Pesa. Anyway, so I remember it was my birthday and she surprised me. This was back in 2015.
Yeah.
After now we met, now we knew each
We
other.
had not even dated for long.
Yeah, by the
It was
way.
like
After the
3
lengthy
months.
online session that
Yeah.
we had of courtship.
Yeah.
Now, you know, after exchanging details, I told her, "Oh, by the way, my birthday, blah 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 blah." That was like some time
Way
ago.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
way
didn't
back.
think she would remember.
Yeah.
So,
But that's the
after we
good thing
met,
about
yeah.
being an accountant. You can't forget anything with numbers.
I know she was the one when she celebrated my birthday. When did you know I was the one?
Okay, when I knew you. So I think people should throw their boyfriend's party.
I think so. Yeah.
So when I knew that you're my one, this is a very hard question. I went to see my mom, and my mom asked me, now I'm pretty sure there are some suitors that want to court you or date you. Can I see some of the photos? Then my mom, we are very close. My mom is my best friend. We are very close with her. So I showed her all the photos, and she was like, just swiping. Okay. When she reached to his photo, I can stop. Then she said, "Ay, Jambi, who is this one?" Then I told her all the details, and then she said, "I think this is the person." And I was so like, Mom, how do you just know he's the person and you've not even met you've not even met him? Do you even know if he's that good enough? Actually, no, Jambi, my spirit and his spirit align. And from that time I was like, if my parent, I love listening to my parents. If my mom says he's the one, who am I? Like, from that it was just like I was all in. I just said, at least when I get heartbroken, I'll just tell Mom it was your fault. But true that I didn't get heartbroken. He ended up marrying me, so I'm grateful for that. Thank you, Mom.
Thank you, Mom.
So for young girls, listen to your mom.
Yeah, listen to your mom.
They know much than you don't know.
They actually have the best for you. They wish the best for
They
you.
wish the best for you.
I was the best for her.
Yeah. And at that time, I couldn't feel, I couldn't for sure tell he's the best. But only my mom could see past that. Yeah.
So, next question.
Yeah.
How do you make time for each other? What do you do that brings you closer?
Wow.
How do you make time for each other? First thing, I really love this woman.
Oh my.
And if you love something so much, you'll always find time for it. No matter how hard or how difficult, you will always find time.
Yeah.
So my first dedication is to her and my family. That is our baby Matt. And I always, I can say for a fact that is the first thing I do is to make sure that I am present for them. That is how I make time. I just have to find time.
True.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that about him. Another thing I can add on that is that we have never had differences like in interest. Funny enough, our interests are similar. What he likes doing, I like. Also, I can add on, we are business partners. We most of the things like in content creation, we find joy doing it. It's business and it's also our hobby. So we spend a lot of time in
together,
thinking of ideas, editing, then putting up the videos. So we spend a lot of time in content creation, and that is one of our interests. So yeah, like 90% of his interests are my interests. Like I just like a 10%. That's football, because I don't watch football. But most of the interests are similar to mine. Yeah. So that's how we find time. Another thing I can also add is our friends. We have mutual friends. Yeah, dating for 5 years, we just have to have mutual friends.
True. So I think us being business partners, us being content creators, that has really brought us close together
so much. Of course, we fight. We fight because we are two people.
No one is perfect. You can never do something perfectly. But you can perfect it. Tell us about your pregnancy.
Wow. So the most interesting part is that I got pregnant when I was 22 years. So I was still in campus. So I didn't know that I was pregnant. What happened? I was going for a gyno checkup, and then if you have been to gyno checkups, you know what goes down there.
I don't.
So this girl was just outside there, and then the gyno said, the doctor said everything is fine, the baby is fine. Wait, which baby? The baby? Yeah, the baby is fine. And he was like, you are like 3 months pregnant. You don't know you're pregnant? So it was a shocker for us. Then I called him. We were called in together. The doctor did a bit of counseling, and when we went home, I cried for the first 2 hours because I was so scared. I was like, I'm still in school. How are you going to do this? I was so frustrated. The first 2 hours.
I remember the first 2 hours. I was so confused.
Yeah.
I kept on I don't even remember if I remember what I did that first 2 hours.
No, you were just like so calm.
Yeah, I was
like, is this guy not getting pregnant?
I was just in my, in my thoughts.
In your zone.
I was in my zone. I was just, I just plugged off. I just switched off. I was like, let me wait for her, because
I cried.
You can imagine if she was crying, I was also crying. Really?
Yeah. So the best part about all that, we are always grateful because Matt is a blessing in our lives. So one thing that I really loved about that day is that you were there. So you just told me everything is going to be fine. We just have to believe and trust in the process.
I actually told her this is a blessing.
It's a blessing. Don't worry. And then everything from that time went like this. From just going this straight line, it went all the way up.
We actually got purpose in life.
Purpose.
We felt like actually our life is beginning.
Yeah.
And
actually our life
was
began.
A miracle. Yeah,
it was a miracle.
Because we were just surviving.
We were just living.
Yeah, just living.
Now we have a purpose. We have a baby we have to take care of. We have So.
But I can say for sure, I was really scared.
Yeah, he was scared. But you couldn't tell.
I couldn't tell.
That's the difference.
I had to man up.
Yeah.
So into the next question. What are your happiest memories as a couple or as individuals? Happiest memories. My happiest memory was when I went to the hospital to receive my son. I never thought it's true that you can get this moment of
pure bliss.
Pure bliss.
Yeah.
Just was so overwhelmed by emotions. I didn't realize that this is what I've been wanting in my life.
Yeah.
I was so happy. I think that by far that is the happiest moment, when I actually took that bundle of blankets into my arms and I looked into that baby's eyes.
Yeah.
That was the most moving moment that I ever felt.
And from that, he stayed in the hospital from that time. He said he's not going home.
By then, I said, if I'm coming out of the hospital, I am coming out with my whole family, my wife and my child.
Yeah.
Tunaenda sote nyumbani.
Yeah.
If not, I am staying here.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this, I'm so grateful for that, because he stayed in the hospital from when he first held Matt. He stayed in the hospital, he slept there. Our mom was gracious enough to be bringing him clothes. So he said he's not going home. And it was, and new moms just need all the support you can get. So I'm so thankful for that. And I have to say the same. For my most happiest time. Just holding that to my baby like this.
What is your most difficult moment or memory? Definitely, after answering the happiest, you'll have to answer for the saddest.
Yeah, you have to.
This is so, okay, I hate remembering it, but my saddest or my worst moment is when I actually let her down. Yes. This was way back.
2017.
Not 2017. Way back, 2016, I think. Before we actually decided that we are a couple. I got mixed up with the wrong crowd, I can say, and watch out,
but I'll have to say when we broke up. That's actually just being apart from each other, because we broke up in 2016 and we broke up for about 2 weeks. Those 2 weeks were
longest 2 weeks.
The longest 2 weeks I've ever had in my life. Let me just not joke. Wow, it was so scary. I was like, Mom, you told me this is a man. How comes now there was so much going through my mind. But I thank God that we were brought together. And from that moment, we decided.
Yes.
Third party is a no.
Mm.
And from that time, we've never broken up
Yeah,
again.
from that time I've been happy. That is the day I actually made that commitment.
Yeah.
I said I chose you.
You felt how painful it was to lose me.
Yeah, by the way, it was
I
so
also
painful.
felt it, yeah.
So I said I made a
That
commitment.
was,
said,
hey, that was a down.
I chose you and I'm going to live with you and I'm going to make you happy and make you my wife.
Yeah.
That is when I made that commitment.
Yeah.
And by God's grace, it has.
You've kept it.
I've kept it.
Till now. And
Yeah.
till
forever.
Yeah, till forever.
And I have no intention of breaking it.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You know what's good for you. Yeah.
So, what is the greatest life lesson?
Mine would have to be trust the process. That is the greatest life lesson I've learned of all time. Even now, where we are at now, we are not perfect, but we know in like 5 years to come, we're going to be looking back on this time and be saying, I'm glad that I trust the process. When we broke up that time, I'm glad that I didn't just rush out and just gone wild. I just trust the process. I just said, God, I'm here. Make the way straight for me. Yeah, just trust the process. That's up to now. That's the lesson I am learning. And Rome was not built in one day. Trust the process.
Yeah. Okay, my greatest life lesson, one is respect. Respect your partner. Yeah, always respect your partner. You know, if you show them respect, they will respect you.
Yeah, true.
If you don't, definitely you will always be in turmoil and in fights.
Yeah.
It will never be an easy ride. So respect your partner and they will respect you back.
Yeah.
The second lesson I've learned is on perseverance. Always appreciate the small or the little that you have. Appreciate it there and then. I know we really want so much in our lives, or we have so we forget that you already made it. Whatever you have, you already made it. But just learn how to just persevere and be thankful of what you have right now.
The little or the big.
The little that you have. Celebrate it always, by the way, because these are building blocks. If you have a steady foundation, trust you me, you're going to make a very strong building. The third one is trust. Apart from respecting your partner, also trust your partner, by the way. I trust her with my everything. We hold no secrets, by the way, and trust in me, it has made decision making very easy because we consult each other. We are there for each other, even when things are rough, when the tide is hitting, when the boat is rocking. We know we put our trust together, and we know we will overcome. We always do. We always do. So those are very important life lessons. Final words for future generations. To all those who will be watching us who are in a relationship, I have one very important and basic rule that if you keep, you will actually succeed in your love life. The first thing you should always uphold is do not let any third party come and tell you how or what how to live your life as a couple. Do not let anyone into your relationship. That is a very important thing. There are guys, there are your friends who will actually help you and mold you to the best that you can be, and there are those who will cut you down from your feet. Not everyone is as happy as you think they are. So I would want to advise any future generation getting into a relationship, if you do the three that I had said, if you respect, if you trust, and you persevere, you will make it. But remember, do not let in that snake.
Okay, Dr. Love. Dr. Love.
Don't let in.
Dr. Love has given you a tip.
For you, if remember, the relationship is between you two.
Just the two.
You can ask for advice. It's okay. Advice is good, but don't let in that third person. Don't let in anyone else into your relationship. Because the moment you open the door to a third party, that is where everything goes down. That is where you hear about cheating. That is where you hear, don't entertain a third party. If you need anything between the two of you, talk it out.
Communicate.
Communicate.
It
Sit
leads
there.
down to communication.
that is my advice to anyone who's watching, the future generation that will be watching this. Remember, value your partner and they will value you too.
True.
Yeah.
You already spoke for all of us. So you can find us on Instagram at majestic_family, on YouTube too, the Majestic Family, and also on TikTok. At majestic_family.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for this time, and you guys have a lovely day.
Yeah, you've been a lovely audience. Thank you so much for your time. See you when you see us.
Mapenzi tele. Bye.
Stop taking my chips! Stop taking my chips, okay?
Okay.